Welcome back, welcome back. It's about 4 in the morning. Going through a lot of things. But I don't want to speak on that. I'll just say, when you change your life, when you stand for the Most High, you'll be hated. Because the Most High expects you to do better, to live better, eat better, think better. And when you think better, stop thinking in a selfish way. When you eat better, it gives you power, energy, strength, a sense of honor. We live in a world where most men don't feel those things. So when you begin to gain these glorious feelings and concrete things that make you a man, you will begin to become better than other men. That is where you piss people off. Because when you stand for something, even if it's what you make up, it don't even necessarily have to be the Bible or anything. Like I said, if you just stand up for making yourself better, separating from the losers will reach up and try to pull you down. That's why they say when you start to make it in anything, you start doing better, you start progressing in life, you reach down and you lift someone up that's like you. We all hear these sayings and think it's like, once you become a millionaire, you teach someone else to be a millionaire. No. Once you overcome anything in your life, once you learn right from wrong through your experience, and you see another as you going towards that experience, you now can tell them why not to do it. And not just from, it's the right thing to do. Because nobody wants to hear that shit. They already know it's the right thing to do. Just like you did. And when you actually been through it and lived through the suffering from your mistake, people tend to, want to listen to you more because they're like, all right, I'm not going that direction. He went there. And I don't want to fuck up neither. So, that's my quick little story about, if you get it, you get it. You don't, I don't care. Like I said, I have to talk coded now. I can't just speak directly to you. What I will speak directly to you about, closing out my last statement, if you're going to be good or follow the Most High, like I said, it's going to be the hardest thing you ever did in your life. You're surrounded by losers. You're surrounded by people that don't want nothing. They say they want things, They pretend like they want things, but they don't do anything and won't do anything to get out of where they are, because they see other people doing the same thing. So they're like, oh, this is the way to live. Pretend like you really want a good, say you really want good, cry in front of people like you really want good, but don't do shit. Fellas, you'll understand it this way. You ever hear a woman say, I love my children, I'll do anything in the world for them, right? And you see all the bad shit their kids do, and you're looking at her like, wait up, you love your kids so much you don't discipline them? You love your kids so much you feed them sugar all day, every day, and when they get cavities or sick or anything, you're surprised. You she'll tell you or her family and stuff and be like, I don't get it. I don't understand how you just had 15 cavities. I don't get it. I don't know why. It just happened. You are in control of what goes in his mouth. And you say you love him so much, so why are you not checking on what he's eating? Black women in general say this a lot. I did the best I could. And it's like, no, you didn't. Like when black mothers say things like that, you forget your children live in the world. And we go to school and we see other parents that are not black, and they're broke too. And their parent really does do the best they can. Their parent doesn't have fancy clothes on. They make sure their kid has actual lunches. They don't have a nice car and nice jewelry. They make sure their kid has school supplies and stuff. They know since they're in the poor class, their kids are not going to be educated as much because that's just the way it goes. So when they come home, they teach their kids the little things they actually know to progress their learning. That's doing the best you can. And when they don't know all of that stuff, you know what they do? They find someone else that does and then get their sons and daughters around that person. They teach them to work hard every day by showing them by going to work. Things like that. That's doing the best you can. Doing the best you can is if you can't read, right? You didn't know how to read too well. And then you have kids. The best you can is now your kids know how to read. Right? Because you're grown now. And now you see the importance of knowing how to read. But your ass still can't do it, can you? You could barely do it. You could do it, but you can't really do it. And you know how hard your life was. So you would force your kids to learn how to read. Because you know how hard it is. Just like you would make sure your daughters don't run around and have sex because you ran around and had sex. And you have children now and it stopped your whole life and you're mad. And you're like, shit, if I didn't have kids, I could have been doing this. I could have went to school. I had all these opportunities. Now I realize I could have been with this guy. I could have did this. Why aren't you making sure your sons and daughters aren't making the same mistakes? Because you're not doing the best you can. Now, I want to leave that subject alone because I got 10 minutes left. And I want to talk about something that I've been thinking about for years. And we all know it's the Bible, if you don't know by now. Now, for years and years and years, since I've been studying the Bible, since I first got down with it, we all hear the story of the angels, and we all hear the story of God making everything, and Adam and people, and all the betrayal of God, and all of that stuff, right? And it made sense to me why man, why we betray God. Makes sense. Because we're men. We're idiots. Of course we would portray the Most High. You know what I mean? We don't know any better. What question I always pondered was, how and why would the angels portray the Most High? Especially Lucifer. Like, if you really don't read the Bible, you don't truly understand the character of Satan or this Lucifer guy. No one really actually thinks about this guy, and I'll prove it to you. When I mention his name, don't you get mad, or don't you feel like, fuck that guy, fuck that angel, he's the worst? Right? Right? You know that's your big brother, right? You do know that's your big brother, right? And for some of you, you do know that's your father, right? You know the Bible says that he has children on the earth and stuff. You do know that, right? Anyway, let me not get into that. I always wondered why he betrayed the Most High, because he was that dude. Like, Satan was that dude. He wasn't the first angel. There was a lot of before him, it says. And he, like, the Lord has like a hierarchy, right? And when he makes you, you get placed in that hierarchy, but there are things you have to earn. Now, the way it sounds when I have studied it, he earned his own kingdom. Like, he had a kingdom in heaven. And he earned a very high position. Like the highest. It says he was literally the Lord's favorite. He was like the one. He made himself the one among his class of angels, right? God bestows all these gifts on him, and he could do all these wonderful things, and he made him physically beautiful, it says. Like, he was a very attractive angel, I guess. And he was like in charge of it says he had like these instruments built within his body. So he would like make music and songs for the Most High. And he also was the king of the watchers. And they like to like watch over humanity or something like that, I guess, and either give messages to them from the Lord. And it just it make me think, how do you get so much from the Lord? How do you stand in the presence of the Lord? How do you stand in heaven? How do you get bestowed or given all these things, all these honors? How do you see the secrets that he created that he doesn't let other people see? And you see all this power he has, and then you want to be like him? You think you could be him? Like, that's why he fell. Because the Lord made him so powerful. Like, you see that right there? Imagine the whole city's yours, right? You're running all of that. Imagine that's like a city of angels. And the Lord gave it all to you because all your good deeds. All that stuff, right? Why would you need more? Why would you want heaven? Maybe because I'm a man and I can't fly around and do all that magical stuff they say the angels can do. Maybe that's why I'm like, I wouldn't betray God because I don't have those kind of powers or whatever, or knowledge. Maybe he ran into some type of knowledge that it made him believe he can hurt the Most High. That's the first thing I thought, because when I started studying the scriptures and it said that the Lord has a physical body and he reigns from his throne room, I said, oh, okay, so the Lord's not some woo spooky spirit watching over people. He's actually a man. Then it made sense that he made us in his image and stuff, you know? We sit on thrones, we wear clothes and stuff and crowns and all, you know? And it made me think, like, I could never understand. And then I learned about man. Start studying man and how all that image, and he gave us his image and his power, and he gave us our little kingdom, the world we live in. We have our own shit, right? And then now I'm older, years and years later, thinking, and I want a child, and it hit me. I said, he's mad at the Most High because it says angels can't have babies because they're supposed to live forever. So if you made something to live forever, you're not going to let it have children because you'll have a bunch of things that live forever. And, you know, that means the Most High got to keep creating shit, I think. Like, wouldn't it overpopulate reality or something? Now, also, we live in our own realm. The Most High and the angels, they're all together, chilling and stuff. We get to live on an outside realm away from the Most High in our own kingdom, and we could do whatever we want, and we could sin, and we could fuck up, and we could get forgiven. When the angels mess up, they don't get forgiven. Immediate punishment. Immediate. And it hit me. I said, all right, or right there, I can get forgiven, he doesn't. So that's one. Then two, I get to have children. Like, you understand, it says the Creator made us in his image, and we get to create a little version of us like he did. We get to be like the Creator and be the Most High to our children. They can't. And it started putting all those things together, made me realize, like, if I was a angel, I guess, like, that would be a reason to be jealous. Like, wait up, this guy's a mud man, and I'm made of fire, and I served you for millennia. You just made this thing. And he got his own kingdom and shit. He get to have a wife. We all know how the sweet watery guts is. Come on. Think about that. They don't get the sweet watery guts. I think that would make anyone jealous. Like, look how everyone gets jealous over things. So, just made me think of that. I hope that brought some thoughts to your head. Could be wrong, could be right. Just always baffles my mind to really think of something standing in front of the Most High, see all His glory, and then think you can beat Him. All love, all praise to the Most High.